Siuna, Sequoia, Kishwa, and Hurani. In February 2011, Judge Nicholas Zambrano issued a final verdict ordering Chevron, which had acquitted Texaco in 2001, to pay $8.6 billion to the Ecuadorian plaintiff. The court found in its judgment that Chevron was well aware that its operation fell short of legal mandates, that the act of the defendant, Chevron, are clearly a conduct amounting to not gross negligence. Chevron has since devoted vast resources to endless motions and legal tactics to obstruct the proceedings and now to avoid the sum to paying the sum ordered by the court. They have used every opportunity to exhaust the resources of the legal team representing the communities that are trying to hold them accountable. Chevron has paid over $400 million to an army of lawyers to help the company design strategies, to spiral the facts and the overwhelming evidence from the trial. The company has spent over $100 million in lobbying firms to influence US lawmakers and government officials to effect Ecuador trades with the US and to discredit the Ecuadorian, its government, and its legal system. Chevron campaign has been brutal and effective. The law firm Gibson, Dunn & Crutcher, representing Chevron, have shifted the case physically from Ecuador to New York, from pollution and human rights to attorney ethics. Gibson Dunn won US court orders forcing the makers of the future documentary Crude to turn over 600 hours of raw footage in the Ecuadorian case. As you know, that is unprecedented. Chevron has used footage of comments made by one of the trial lawyers in their attempt to nullify the judge's ruling. Chevron's civil lawsuit against the trial lawyers and consultant for the Ecuadorian plaintiffs will begin in October 15 in a federal district court in New York before Judge Lewis Kaplan. In order to avoid a trial by jury, which they did everything not to have to go through, they dropped the claims for damages against the defendant. I cannot adequately express my outrage and frustration at this turn of events. This case should have been a landmark of a precedent for ending impunity and achieving justice for the victim. If Chevron was to abide by the Ecuadorian court's ruling, it will send a clear message that multinational corporations, CEO and management, cannot commit crimes with impunity, that corporations can be held accountable even outside of their own jurisdiction. It was a beacon of hope after years of a long, hard battle. I'm beginning to have serious doubts whether the victims in Ecuador will ever be compensated. The trail of suffering and environmental destruction left by Chevron Texaco could perhaps be a good case study for what I'm trying to achieve. I thank you very much.
One of the most powerful speeches I've ever heard on environmental issues.
Well, colleagues,